I am a naturally free-form jazz musician. That is my whole thing. I'm a free-form musician. I'm trying to make a difference in the music. And Coltrane saw that in me, and this is what I believe in. I believe in this music, and so I play a very free-form type of music. You know, it can be open, it can be free, it could be anywhere the listener wants to hear it. You know, it's up to the listener wherever you hear it at.
Rashied's birth name was Bobby Patterson, and he and my sister Gloria were married in the late 50s or early 60s. I forgot which. And they had 3 great kids, Amin, Rashida, and Keith. One of my fondest memories was going to visit them when they were together. And they pretty much introduced, my sister and Rashied pretty much introduced me to jazz. We used to listen to music over his house, and his brothers, Umar and Muhammad, were also aspiring musicians. Now, none of us were thinking about music, playing music as professionals during that time. In addition to being very young, we just were not thinking along those lines. But we were probably the first people I know of to play air instruments. You know, it became popular in later years, especially to get with the guitar. But we played air instruments, and we would listen to the jazz records and pantomime with our respective instruments. And we used to have a lot of fun doing that. And the last time I spoke with Rashied, which was just a couple of months before he passed, he brought that period to mind. I hadn't forgotten it, but he did bring something to mind that I had forgotten, and that was that when we played these air instruments, I favored the string on the Venetian blinds. So I would go over to the Venetian blinds, pull out the string, and start plucking on them like it was a bass. But he brought that to my attention, and of course we flashed back on those wonderful times for quite a while. It was a lot of fun to do that. Yeah, it's quite an interesting connection. You know, he was my brother-in-law for a number of years, and we pretty much became attracted to music at the same time. And he will be missed for sure.
Rashied was the drummer that Coltrane was very close to, John Coltrane, and he has incredible talent, and a lot of musicians love playing with Rashied because he plays with a freeness in his rhythms that leaves it open for improvising. He's an improviser.
The music that I play, you can hear all of me in the music. You can hear me from playing when I was a kid up until the way I'm playing now. I never really thought about innovating or being an innovator or that kind of a thing. I was always just trying to move the music, you know, play something different from what's from what I hear all the time. Being a part of Coltrane's thing was a stepping stone in my development. We go back a long way as far as music is concerned, because Coltrane lived in Philadelphia, and I am also from Philadelphia, and I come from a very musical family, so I have like uncles that plays jazz, that plays drums, and they used to know John Coltrane. They used to play with him back in the day. They used to do sessions and stuff in the house. I didn't even know who he was, but he was probably in my house all the time playing. So when I got a chance to meet him and to play with him, I knew all about him. He only lived like about 4 blocks from me, and I used to, when he was playing with Miles Davis in the 50s, and I used to just go outside of his house and listen to him practice all the time, because he lived right across the street from the park. So we have a long association, and so when it was just inevitable that I was going to play with Train, because he's always been my hero.
I've known Rashied for quite a while. I've known him for over 50 years. I remember when he first came to New York, leaving Philadelphia. He had a different expression to the music. I remember all of us at the particular time that avant-garde that Coltrane became known to be identifying with, that it was something brand new, and Rashied was very much a part of it. But him and I, we got back together for the first time on a real level about 15 years ago. And just the two of us came up with this crazy idea of just playing duos. Well, actually, I used to go down to a studio, and we used to, just the two of us, used to kind of do what we ultimately did on Bandstand for about 6, 7 years. It was actually his idea to go public with it, because I had no desire at the time to go public with it. But we eventually did, and we took that concept of a duo around the world. We played in a number of places, got great promo press and whatnot. I've had a lot of time since Rashied's death to think about him, and you know, I'm sorry to say that he's no longer here with us.
I learned from Coltrane, like, I don't care how much you think you know, there's always some more stuff you can learn. So you have to be humble with this stuff, man, and just try and learn as much as you can.